Hello again. We've successfully built a Docker image using the Docker build using the Docker file as we showed in the last couple of videos. We've done interactive building, and we've done automatic building of the Docker image. And if you do Docker images, as I've done here, you should have a similar list of Docker images. Maybe this one you wouldn't have it because I was experimenting, but you should be able to create it either interactively or via the script. Via the Docker file. So what we'd like to do in this video is examine the output of this Docker build. So we've done Docker build -t to tag the image, give it basically a label or a name, and then the period or the dot to tell it that the build context is our current directory, meaning try to find the Docker file in our current directory. But when we issue the command, a few things have actually taken place. The first one is this one, sending build context to Docker daemon. What happens here is Docker will try and find the base image locally. If it's not available, then it will try and download it from the Docker Hub. Basically, you have to be patient. If the base image is big and your connection is slow, then it might take a bit of time, right? So, and the good thing about Docker, it's a great technology. The good thing here is that if the base image is available locally, then it will pick it up, and at the same time, if we actually have several containers based on the same base image, then we don't have to have multiple copies of the same image, but rather these containers will actually share that image. So it's a great actually idea to share resources rather than duplicate the storage. After that, we can see here now it's starting to run the apt-get update, and what it does is it creates a temporary container. It says here running in this ID, so this is a temporary container. It creates it, runs the apt-get update, runs the apt-get update in that temporary container, and then if we go down, now it's doing the update, and when it reads, it reads the package list into a different container and removes the previous one. So it gets rid of the temporary one, the previous one, where it was trying to do the apt-get update. After that, it does apt-get install. It installs the wget tool. It creates another container. It says they're running in this container ID. So it creates another container. It does the installation. So Docker does the installation. Go all the way down, and then it removes that temporary container. It calls it the intermediate container. It removes it, and now it creates the image. After that, the installation has finished. So all the steps in the, or all the commands, or the the list of commands that we wanted to execute in the Docker file ends successfully, and the image is built successfully, and it's given this ID, right? This is just part of the ID. So if we have a look here, it's this one here. I hope that makes sense. It's just to explain the output. And then when we want to run it, we simply say, so we give it this, we tagged it with this, with this label, my Ubuntu image. So if we want to run it, say Docker, we say Docker run -it, and then we give it the name, which is my Ubuntu image, and then we should say, for example, bash, and should be able to run it. Now we're inside it. Now we have a container, my Ubuntu image, and it should have the command wget. As you can see, it's complaining because we have not given it a URL to download something from. If it doesn't, if this tool is not installed, then it should complain that it doesn't find it. Or for example, if I do curl, it won't find it because we have not installed it in there. So I hope it makes sense. Quite simple things to be aware of, at least what's happening in the background when we do the Docker build, and so on and so forth. Let's stop here, and in the next video we're going to be looking at using the image and viewing the history and so on and so forth. So let's stop here and see you next time.